Hello, class 5 students. I have again come to you with a new lesson of history. This is your book, Social Science. This is the first chapter of history, but in your book it is mentioned as 8th chapter. See, here I am opening. You see, you can read it, this 8th chapter. This is known as the Sultanate period. Sultanate or Sultanate period. You can say it Sultanate also. This is Urdu pronunciation, Sultanate period. This word Sultanate has come from the word Sultan. Sultan means king. So this is Sultanate period. These are some kings were there in that period. In that period, in ancient, in the olden days, there were some kings who ruled over India in that period. So that period is known as Sultanate period. If you go way back in 998, see 998 CE, CE means century. There was one Mahmud of Ghazni. Ghazni is a place situated in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is another country which lies to the north of India. So Mahmud became the ruler of Ghazni in 998. He was well known for defending his kingdom against attacks from other rulers of Central Asia. He was a very able king. He also he passed many times in fighting wars against other warriors. So he is a very good warrior. But he was popularly known as Mahmud of Ghazni. Ghazni is the name of place situated in Afghanistan. He is known as Mahmud of Ghazni. He became the king in 998. Mahmud of Ghazni led 17 raids to the Indian subcontinent. That means on India, it attacked India 17 times. He did not rule over India, but he plundered, looted all the riches from India and again returned to his own country, Ghazni. He made Ghazni his capital and he returned with rich bounty there and he made his capital city, Ghazni. Now it is written here. You can see here, Mahmud of Ghazni attacked the Somnath temple. Somnath temple is the Shivji's temple, very ancient temple of Shivji, one of the Jyotirlings. Shivji's Jyotirling is Somnath temple. This is situated, if you see, in this year Gujarat. This is the sea coast of Gujarat. This is Gulf of Khambat and this is Gulf of Kutch. This is Gulf of Kutch. So this is situated in between Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of Khambat. This is coastal area. Here Mahmud attacked 17 times, not one, not two, he attacked 17 times. And in those days, Somnath was also a rich port. It was a port also. Harbor. Port means Bandargah. Yes. It is said that he marched into the town with 30,000 soldiers. He had 30,000 soldiers along with him and returned back to Ghazni again. After plundering, after looting the Somnath temple 17 times, he returned to Ghazni with lot of wealth, lot of riches. He returned back to Ghazni. In this way, he carried out 17 raids to Indian subcontinent. The first attack took place in 1001 CE and the last one in 1026 CE. That means in 26 years, 1001 to 1026, he attacked 70 times to India. The smaller kingdoms, they were weak very kingdoms which were ruling in India on those days, situated particularly in the northwestern part of subcontinent, means India, were weak and could not challenge him. They had very weak forces, they could not challenge him. He plundered at will. Mahmud attacked rich temples because in those days temples were very rich in gold, and the temples had many gold, much gold there. He used this wealth to fight his enemies and made Ghazni splendid capital city, very fine, very splendid, very good capital city. He made his Ghazni, बहुत ही भव्य शानदार कैपिटल सिटी बना दिया उसने गजनी को. Who? Muhammad of Ghazni. So he looted, but when he returned back to Ghazni after Muhammad of Ghazni, the Indian subcontinent was attacked by Muhammad Ghori, another king, that is known as Ghori. This Ghori name is due to Ghor region. Ghori is from Ghor region. This region is situated again at present day Afghanistan. That is the place known as Ghor. This is region name or that's name is Ghor, that is situated in Afghanistan. And this Muhammad Ghori ruled on Ghor. He attacked India. Okay, and this Ghor is also situated in Afghanistan. He fought 2 battles with Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan was very able king here. He was a Rajput king and he was hailed from Rajasthan, and they have 2 great battles there. That was known as Battle of Tarain. Who was ruling over the northwestern? Prithviraj Chauhan was Hindu king. He was ruling over the northwestern part of the subcontinent at that time. These battles were fought at Tarain. Tarain is situated, nowadays it is situated in Thanesar, and Thanesar is nearby Kurukshetra, that is in Haryana. Tarain is, in old days it is known as Tarain, but nowadays it is known as Thanesar, and Thanesar is situated near Kurukshetra in Haryana. The first battle was won by Prithviraj Chauhan. First battle he won, but the second battle he lost to Muhammad Ghori. However, he lost in the second battle in 1192. In 1191 he won the battle. Who? Prithviraj Chauhan. In 1192 he lost the battle to Muhammad Ghori. This marked the beginning of the new phase, a medieval Indian history. This is medieval Indian history was written from this period. Okay, so 1192 he won. I mean to say this Muhammad Ghori won the battle of 1192, battle of Tarain, and he captured India. You can say like this. After the second battle of Tarain, the rule of the Chauhan over Delhi, that means our Rajputs, Chauhans were Rajput, over Delhi ended. So Delhi was now ruled by these people from your Afghanistan. Okay, Muhammad Ghori. Muhammad Ghori returned to his kingdom and left the affairs of Delhi to his trusted slave Qutubuddin Aibak. Muhammad Ghori returned to his home place Ghor, and he then gave the affairs to Qutubuddin Aibak. He was his trusted fellow. उसको बहुत वफादार था कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक. उसने उसको ऊपर छोड़ के खुद वो चले गए मोहम्मद गौरी अपने किंगडम में, गौर में, और कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक को सौंप दिया. ऐबक ने उसके बाद एक के बाद कई रूलर्स आए और वहीं से दिल्ली सल्तनत की स्टार्टेड हुआ. तो कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक वाज द फाउंडर ऑफ दिल्ली सल्तनत एंड न्यू एम्पायर इन इंडिया हिस्ट्री. Indian history called the Delhi Sultanate was founded by Qutubuddin Aibak. Okay, now there are some dynasties which ruled in the era of Delhi Sultanate. Before going to that, I will tell you some name of some important rulers and their dynasties and their time period. Here is, you can see, there is a table. First name of the dynasty. First dynasty is known as Slave Dynasty, which was founded by Qutubuddin Aibak. And the following were popular kings who ruled during this period. That this period this period lies between 1206 CE to 1287 CE. That means it is almost 82 years, 1206 century to 1287 century. First king was Qutbuddin Aibak, founder king. Then next Iltutmish. Then first lady king, first woman king of India, Razia Sultan. After that, Khilji dynasty ruled over Delhi. That is also comes under Delhi Sultanate. This is Khilji dynasty that ruled from 1290 to 1320, almost 31 years. And its famous popular ruler was Alauddin Khilji. Then Tughlaq dynasty ruled over Delhi. That ruled from 1320 century to 1414 century. That is about 95 years, Tughlaq dynasty. Popular kings among them were Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Then Sayyid dynasty ruled over Delhi Sultanate. That ruled from 1414 to 1451, about 38 years. 38 years it ruled over Delhi Sultanate. Its important popular king was Khizr Khan. Khizr Khan was the popular king of Sayyid dynasty. And last dynasty was Lodi dynasty. It ruled from 1451 to 1526 century. That is about 77 years. Okay, and Ibrahim Lodi was the last ruler of Lodi dynasty. That was ruled by Ibrahim Lodi. So you can, in a nutshell, you can say various dynasties ruled over India that spans from 1206 CE to 1526 CE, about more than 300 years. They ruled over India with dynasties as Slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. Now we will discuss briefly dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate. There were 5 dynasties which made up the Delhi Sultanate. These dynasties ruled over Delhi at different periods of time. That I have already told you. Qutbuddin Aibak laid the foundation of the Mamluk or the slave dynasty. He played an important role in the expansion of the empire. He expanded his empire. He also started the construction of the Qutub Minar in New Delhi. Qutub Minar, you know, all of you know, Qutub Minar he started its construction. In the memory of Saint Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, he started the construction of this Minar. Iltutmish ascended the throne after Aibak. After the death of Aibak, Iltutmish became the king. He expanded the empire further to the east by taking over Bengal. He won over Bengal. Razia Sultan, I have told earlier, she was the first woman king, and Balban were other important rulers of this dynasty. In history, we generally learn name of these kings, their dynasties, and what they did. What they did during their, what important things they did in their period. Now, next after Mamluk or slave dynasty, there came Khilji dynasty. The Khilji dynasty was founded by Jalaluddin Khilji. He was Jalaluddin Khilji. He was succeeded by Alauddin Khilji. I mean, Alauddin Khilji came after Jalaluddin Khilji. Alauddin captured Ranthambore, and you have seen the movie Padmavati, I think, very popular movie Padmavati, that came few years back. In that movie, Alauddin Khilji was also shown. That was popular movie. Chittor and raided Ranthambore. Chittor and raided many kingdoms in the south. After the death, the Khilji dynasty gradually declined. So Alauddin Khilji was the most powerful leader of Khilji dynasty. And Rani Padmavati also made Johar during his period. He was Alauddin Khilji. Okay. Now next came Tughlaq dynasty. This is also under Delhi Sultanate. The Tughlaq dynasty was founded by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. The king's name was Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. After his death, his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he is very important, most important king of this dynasty. Tughlaq is known. His name was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Ascended the throne, he became the king. Ascended the throne means he became the king. He is known for shifting the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. There he shifted. It was foolish job. He was known for very foolish job. He shifted his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, which was he incurred great loss for this foolishness. Located in present day of Maharashtra. He shifted his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, and Daulatabad is in today's Maharashtra. Okay, after some time he shifted the capital back to Delhi. This step was one of the factors which weakened the Tughlaq dynasty. These were very foolish steps taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. For this reason, his dynasty was under decline. His kingdom was under decline. Firoz Shah Tughlaq was the last powerful ruler of Tughlaq dynasty. He was Muhammad bin Tughlaq's cousin. Firoz Shah Tughlaq's reign is well known for peace and stability. He was a good king, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. He made charities to aid poor people. Charity means he made charity में वो दान देते थे, गरीब लोगों को बहुत दान दे, बड़ा दयालु राजा थे फिरोज शाह तुगलक, और वो गरीबों को बहुत दान देते थे. एंड बिल्ट कॉलेजेस बनवाए उन्होंने, एंड मॉस्क्स, मस्जिदें बनाई. हाउएवर ही लॉस्ट कंट्रोल ओवर ए लॉट ऑफ रीजन्स इन द साउथ. हालांकि साउथ में उनको हार का सामना करना पड़ा, काफ़ी कुछ उन्होंने गंवा दिया वहाँ पर. द सैयद एंड द लोधी डिनेस्टी, दीज वर द टू डिनेस्टीज, last two dynasties, Sayyid and Lodi. The first ruler of the Sayyid dynasty who ruled Delhi was Khizr Khan. He and the three successors after him carried out raids that attacked to collect wealth from other kingdoms. Alam Shah, the last ruler of the dynasty, abandoned Delhi. He left Delhi and went to Badaयूं. बदायूं यूपी में है, तो वहाँ छोड़ के, दिल्ली छोड़ के बदायूं चले गए in 1448. Okay. Behlul Lodi captured Delhi. Behlul Lodi captured Delhi. That another dynasty. Sayyid dynasty was captured by Behlul Lodi and established the Lodi dynasty. The Lodi dynasty was the last dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate. Ibrahim Lodi was the important ruler of the Lodi dynasty. He is the last ruler of Lodi dynasty. His name was Ibrahim Lodi. Decline of the Delhi Sultanate. Decline means death. Almost how it came to end. Delhi Sultanate slowly came to end. The last ruler of the Delhi Sultanate was Ibrahim Lodi. One of his governors invited Babar, a ruler from Samarkand in Central Asia. So Babar came from Samarkand, Central Asia, to replace Ibrahim Lodi. Babar was already facing a lot of trouble in his kingdom at Samarkand. Also, like other rulers before him, he was attracted to the wealth of the subcontinent. He was also like other kings like Muhammad of Ghazni. He was also attracted toward he was tempted by the wealth of India. He marched to Delhi. Who? Babar marched to Delhi and defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the battle which was fought in Panipat in 1526. First battle of Panipat. Okay. Babar gained control over Delhi and Agra. He marked the beginning of the new period of Indian history. Now Mughal period was established. Mughal period will would start from Babur. How do we know about Delhi Sultanate? We have already read, the historians study the various sources of history to find information about the past. There are some structures left behind them, Delhi Sultanate. There are many sources which give us information about the Sultanate period, such as monuments, coins and various books written during the reign of different rulers. The historians study these sources of history and find information about the past. This tomb of Sikandar Lodi, thus this is the tomb of Sikandar Lodi. टूम मतलब मकबरा, यादगार स्थल, मरने के बाद मकबरा बनाते हैं उसकी याद में, सिकंदर लोदी की याद में बनाया गया. ऑफ दिल्ली, द सुल्तान ऑफ दिल्ली, सुल्तान मीन्स किंग ऑफ दिल्ली, हु रूल्ड बिटवीन 1489 to 1517 AD. This was a tomb. So we knew from this monument that there was some Sikandar Lodi and got to know of Delhi Sultanate about this. Now this is a tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. This one important popular king of Tughlaq dynasty, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. The tomb was there. The tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay. This is the end of our chapter. Okay.